been like that since the original NES or the Super NES.
God, how do
I wasn't sure about I wasn't sure about the NES, but I know it was that way on 64.
I'm pretty sure Super Nintendo, it was like Donkey Kong and Bowser were like the fastest ones. That's what I'm pretty sure. Anyway, hey guys, we are live and we are discussing Mario Kart. Mario Kart strategy with Sean, Mr. I beat everyone in Mario Kart because I know stuff that everyone else doesn't know, Sweeney. And he was just talking about how the speeds, especially in this Mario Kart, well, skip what happened in the past. He's basically saying that the speed affects how heavy your character affects the speed. Is that correct, Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I never knew that.
Well, it's probably because you use Yoshi, who since he's a middleweight, it doesn't really affect that much, and you can't really tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. Is Peach a lightweight or she medium? She's medium, right?
I'm not sure about every character. I just know the ones that I've typically used.
Yeah.
Hey, OJ, I sent a tweet to you.
What's up?
I sent a tweet to you. Read it.
Oh yeah. The question. Yes, I will definitely. I answered. That's actually why I was a little late, guys. I'm streaming today.
Really?
Yeah, because I was answering. I only answered one, but I was doing a video and I was cutting it real close because I was at the gym because I felt fat because I had like a beer today and I had like candy and like, I was in the club early. And I felt like I think I ate just a little too much, so I decided to go to the gym for an extra probably half hour. So I was on the treadmill for an hour, then I was lifting weights for another 30-40 minutes, and then I lost track of time.
I love you on the treadmill.
Oh god, I hate it.
I can never do that. I hate that thing.
I hate the treadmill so much. Levi Jones, thank you so much. Thank you so much, dude. $2 donation. I really do appreciate that. I think it was through Super Chat. Let me see if he actually had something to say on here on Super Chat as well. I don't have my chat up. That's how much I was rushing today. I don't have the chat to my own stream up. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It just says donated $2. So thank you so much. If you guys want to donate at all, Super Chat's cool, but a better way to do it so we get the cool animation, because I haven't updated Super Chat, is to use the link for Streamlabs. It'll be in the description below. And your name will go up on there, and it'll also be updated on the actual page, like on the stream layout, so your name is on there. But yeah, thank you so much. Is it Levin? Did I say Levi? I think I said Levi. It's not Levi. It's Levin. Like Levin Sword, maybe? That's a cool name. I like it. Yeah, Levin Jones. So thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the $2 donation. Let's see here. Let me go to my YouTube page. I'm watching. We're watching right now, so... well, I'm watching. We'll go up on...
I'm just watching Sweeney wreck right now.
I'm late to my...
No, I think I'm getting wrecked right now. I probably had like 4 shells hit me all around the Yoshi egg here.
I am late to my own live stream.
How do you feel about the OJ that Sweeney's on the tournament before you?
Yeah, I don't feel good. I felt like I failed you guys somewhat.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that video out because usually I do 2 videos before the live stream, or usually I'll do a video later at night, but I don't really feel like doing a video tonight because I want to play Fire Emblem, so I wanted to try to squeeze a video in, like a good video, a good 10-minute or more video in before the live stream, but it was just way too close because I was being fat today and eating like crazy. I had 2 bowls of cereal too.
Wait, what kind of cereal was it?
It was like Fruity Pebbles, which is my favorite.
Okay, good. If it would have been like some stupid like Cheerios, I would have been okay. That wasn't worth it.
Actually, I do eat Cheerios, but I do eat Cheerios though. But I only eat Cheerios when my good cereal runs out. I'm like, oh well, there's Cheerios because I have a big old huge family box of Cheerios, and it's just like it never goes down because nobody ever eats it but me. So, but I mean they're heart healthy, so that's good. So I always feel good when I have a bowl of Cheerios. So. But yeah, I had my Fruity Pebbles and they were delicious. Alright, let's do this. I'm in this one. We in here. If you guys want to get into the game, I will be... Oh, come on. Oh, I had that. I will be posting the code to get in right after this race. So maybe I should have a limit. Maybe it should be like 3 or 4 races. Yeah, probably like 3.
Wait, but can you answer my question right now?
Yeah,
Okay?
of course. What was your question again? I forgot already.
Let me get on Twitter because I forgot.
we both forgot.
Something you prepare for ahead of time.
Answer my question. Do you remember it? No. Do you remember it? No, not really.
Wait, it's not up here on my.
Oh,
here.
What am I doing? I'm playing like trash.
I just got a communication error.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Oh.
Okay, so I said at Player Essence, do you think we will ever get a Paper Mario 1000 Year Door sequel on the Switch? And then in parentheses I put, my life is incomplete until I get one.
Do I think that we'll ever get one? First of all, that is a fantastic question that I want to be greedy and save it for a video. But I guess I'll do both. I'll still answer it on video because that is actually a great question.
New video idea: Nintendo sequels unannounced. Wish list.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. That's all. People love hearing about that type of stuff. But do I think it will happen? You said a Paper Mario 1000 Year Door sequel to that?
Yeah.
I don't know about a sequel. I know about maybe like another game in the Paper Mario in the same vein, but a direct sequel? No, I don't think there'll be a direct sequel. Now, let me ask a question. I'm going to sound like a noob here, but is 1000 Year Door a direct sequel to the original Paper Mario on the 64?
I think they're all sequential to each other.
Yeah.
Are they? Okay. But what about like the Wii ones? Those ones don't have anything to do with 1000 Year Door or anything, right? Like on the Wii, like what was it, Super Paper Mario?
Super Paper Mario was a completely different game, and it was good. Like it was good, but obviously not even as good as Paper Mario 1000 Year Door because it wasn't even an RPG.
I did not like Super Paper Mario. I did not like Super Paper Mario at all.
Yeah, I'd say it's better than Splash Color.
Color Splash?
Yeah. You see, to insult the game, I say it wrong on purpose. I say it wrong.
I know you were doing that, Brie. That's why I found it hilarious. This Splash Color, splashing color. Let me move. I gotta move my monitor so I can see the. No, this is not a Patreon only tourney. I will be putting the code in there for everyone else after this race. So I think usually 3 races is what I like to do with the Patreon dudes, and then we'll open it up to everyone after that. I'm gonna pick the water park. Is the Q&A video going up today? Yeah, it's not a completely Q&A, like 100% Q&A video. It's just one question. I'll probably answer more now that I didn't expect the response, which I don't know why I say stuff like that, because there's always crazy amount of people that ask stuff, like a bunch of questions, so I should have expected it. But I'll definitely upload another video with more with 2 or 3 of you guys' questions in the next one. But yeah, that video, that's the reason why I started 5 minutes late today, is because I was doing that video. So I was editing and uploading it, and it's already uploaded. It's on the server. Everything's good. It's just not, you guys just can't see it. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, before I go pick up my daughter, I'll let you guys watch it. So right after you guys are done watching this live stream, there'll be more content. You know, I kind of wanted to make it like a smooth transition. You get done watching the live stream, and then you can watch that video right there. So yeah, so it'll be up right after this live stream.
AKA Deviator came in like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, did he? What's up, dude?
What's up? What's up, Deviator? He's in here. I don't know why he's not talking.
Oh, okay, maybe he's fixing up his mic or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Sweeney, I just wanted to say that I hit you with the super horn and I beat you on that last race.
Wait, you hate me what?
I hit you with the super horn, Sweeney, and I beat you in the last race.
I
I just wanted to say that.
And you just hit me with a green shell.
I just wanted to mention that, you know. It's not a big deal or anything.
Don't worry, I already took notice.
Because you beat me all the time.
I got it in the back of my head.
You beat me all the time. You know, you beat me all the time, so I'm not gonna gloat too much. I just wanted to. Holy smokes! Freaking blue shell.
I can't get back in the tournament.
Oh, that sucks, man. Communication errors are trash.
Dude, I want them to come
Speaking
out
of communication errors, do you think they're using the same network like server network, or whatever that they're
No.
going to be using for the base service, or
No.
that something similar to the Wii?
Wait, what question are you asking? That are they using it like right now, and then once the service starts, it's going to be something different?
So are they using something different than what was the Wii U, and would that difference be what they're the server network that they're going to be paying, or they're going to pay them for? You think they're using that same system, or is it like in between the U and the Switch?
Now, this is a dangerous question for me to ask because I don't want people to answer because I don't want people to think that like I know. So I'm going to go ahead and preface this by saying I have no clue, but I'm going to give my best guess. And my guess is that we're using the same crap that was the Wii U at this point. But once the service starts up, so like let's say for example, Splatoon 2, I mean that's not the service yet, but that's in the fall. But I think Splatoon 2 is where it really kicks into gear, where that service is going to be like the newer servers and all that. Now, I could be completely wrong. We could be using the new servers for Mario Kart 8, but I don't think we are at this point. I think it's just what Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U was right now.
They better like use a different service because that's a ripoff if they use the same damn ass service as the one right now, and we're expected to pay for it.
I agree. I think it will be better servers. I think there will be dedicated servers for some games because they need to definitely make sure they improve. It needs to be improved across the board. So I definitely think it's going to be dedicated. Not all dedicated servers, obviously, but I mean, Destiny isn't even dedicated servers, and they made $5 gazillion off people. But we'll see what ends up happening. But that's just my guess. Now, like I said, this could be the new ones, but I don't think it is because everything is still set up exactly like the Wii U version. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like 100% like the Wii U version as far as the online setup. So.
Wait, okay, so I want to ask you something. So you mentioned something in your video that, like, even way before that you said you reported on the Mario Kingdom thing, like a month ago. So how did you get the information, like, that it was true?
Yeah, no problem. I can't reveal who gave me the information, otherwise...
Yeah, obviously.
But I can say that the person who gave me the information has good ties to Ubisoft, and mainly, European type of development teams. I can say that because lots of people have ties to the European development teams. Obviously, because look how much it leaked. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how much... usually when something leaks, like Ubisoft is just a leaky company. Let's just first and foremost say that Ubisoft is the leakiest. They don't ever call a plumber. They need to call Mario to fix all the damn leaks that happen within that company because everything gets leaked from that company. So that's part of it. The reason why that information was there. But yeah, the person trusted me. They said, hey, like I'll give you a little tip or little exclusive. And when they first told me, I was like, okay, well, you told me that this game is real. Okay, Laura Kate Dale said the same thing. Like, I wasn't like 100% like, oh my gosh. It wasn't until this person showed me the game, and I was like, oh yikes, this game is like super real. And that's why I was so confident afterwards. You can see my demeanor when it comes to like my videos. I mean, obviously I make way too many, so I'm not telling you guys to go back and look at everything. But if like when I first talk about this rumored game, like my demeanor between that and when I actually found out is completely different because of what I was shown, and that's why I was so confident. I had a lot of people on Twitter telling me, "Oh, well, you don't know anything. You're lying," and I'm like, "No, that's not the case. Like I don't ever really report. I don't ever really report report like, oh well, I'm 100% on this, or I know 100% I'm like on this. The only thing that I've ever done that with is like, I think." I reported on, like, a person told me Splatoon was coming to the Nintendo Switch. They told me that it was a port or like an enhanced, like a deluxe version. They said that they weren't 100% sure. But I think the reason why they told me it was a port because of when they saw the game, it looked so similar to the original Splatoon, So I think that's what. But they told me that, and I reported that. I was like one of the first, if not the first, to report that. Yeah, when Splatoon is 100% coming to the Nintendo Switch, and that that person turned out to be right. This Mario Rabbids thingy, when they told me that, when they showed me that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is this is crazy. But yeah, it's just about trust, really. I mean, if you work in the media, like I do on YouTube, you build you have a community of people, There's insiders, and sometimes they'll be nice enough to tell you things if they like you. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. Do they like you? If they don't like you, they're not going to tell you anything. Like real insiders, they're not going to tell you crap. Which I think that was my issue beforehand. Nobody really liked me, and people still don't like me. But I've done a better job with making friends with people than I did before. So
yeah, it's okay. Well, because I also hate people. So
I mean, but like I said, sometimes you just got to be supporting. I mean, I think the biggest thing is like making sure you if someone's generally a good person, you support their work. You don't talk down upon you don't talk down upon them. And I think that was my biggest issue, is that if someone said something, I'd be like, oh well, that's stupid. I was too quick to give my opinion on things, when sometimes it's good to just kind of take a step back, look at what this person said and say, okay, well, why they say that, or just approach it in a better way. So that's the main thing that I've done now, and to where a lot more people trust me now, and they're like, okay, yeah, I like your videos now. Okay, yeah, you're cool. I see what you're trying to do. You apologize, which I've apologized to everyone that I've said negative things to in a bad light, and then now more people are more willing to let me know about stuff now. So
well, yeah, I'm glad that you like stay true, like to the truth, like on your channel, because I noticed that a lot of people that report on the rumors, for example, like the no, like I don't know, but I always kind of get the feeling that they're doing it for views.
Well, they are the no. Okay,
mainly for views, like not to provide like actual like
they're not real fans. They're not real fans. They're like just doing it just so they can get some money, because talking about Nintendo rumors is big business, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and the no is definitely that. And look, I'm not trying to knock the no, and I don't think they even care if we did. But the thing about the no that I've noticed is that they were created to just exploit Nintendo news. I don't even know if those guys are Nintendo fans, but I mean I think that's Rooster Teeth or whatever that company is.
Yeah.
They own lots of different entities across YouTube, Screw Attack, stuff like that, and I think that channel was created just to exploit rumors and just to get clickbait, because they're big, so they can get bigger and make money. I mean, that's what that channel was made for. So yeah, I don't watch them, and I don't respect them, to be honest. I don't respect them, and I don't watch them, and yeah, they're not. I don't think that they're real Nintendo fans. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't.
Yeah, like this is honestly like why I watch like the smaller people here, like Spawn Wave and Philip and stuff like that. That is because like you guys stay truthful. Like if something's not true, you won't report it. It's just
you'll clearly. And the thing about it is that like I try to segue. I mean, obviously, I've reported on rumors and stuff that turned out not to be true. But it's always good to make sure you preference it with like saying, "Hey, this is rumor" and all that. And
yeah, exactly.
And one of the big things that I did, one of the main changes that I made, is that a lot of people had that same complaint with me. It's like, "Hey, man, like all you're talking about is rumors and all this and all that and that." So I was like, you know what? At first I was a little annoyed. I was like, well, man, there's nothing to talk about. Like with Nintendo, like what do we have? Like, Nintendo, they're not talking about the Switch. I mean, obviously this is like, beforehand. Nintendo, we don't have anything to look forward to as far as Wii U goes. But then I realized, I was like, okay, well, what I can do is I can combine it. I can talk about, news in addition to whatever rumor is. So people who do want that, how do I get hit? That's stupid. Apparently I was God, that's so dumb. Freaking Blue Shell last lap, like feet away from there.
Like Game Explain, like they report on rumors, but like you said, they like try and preference it with saying, "Oh, it's just a rumor." Like, do not to take this like as truth. Like they don't like say, like, "Oh, it's totally real." Like it's like all like just be cautious about it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I do want to make one quick note, guys. If you want to play, I updated the title, so go ahead and refresh the stream, and you guys should see the code in the title of this video. So, if you want to play, I'll also say it out right now: 3190-7103-4923. So that's the code. If you guys want to play, go ahead and jump in here, I'll put it in the chat as well. So yeah, dude. I mean, I agree with that. But the biggest thing for me, you know, when it comes to stuff like that, is just making sure that you preference it. That you say like, hey, this isn't, make sure you take it with a grain of salt, do whatever. But just the style of their videos just irks me. Like, I've watched them before. I used to be subscribed. But the style of their videos and how they do it, it just really irks me. And it just seems like these guys are put here in order to exploit Nintendo Switch rumors and news. They weren't even Nintendo fans beforehand, they weren't talking about Wii U, like.
Wait, who?
The no.
Oh, okay.
Like we were, you know what I'm saying? So.
I thought you were talking about Game Explain for a second.
Yeah.
No, not Game Explain. No, not Game Explain. Not Game Explain. I was on Game Explain once. I like them. I love Game Explain. Andre and Derek Bittner, these guys are amazing. So yeah, I would never say anything bad about them.
Hello?
I am here. What is up?
Can you actually hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We know you've been in here for a while.
Do you know what? I switched I've got a dedicated gaming PC. I switched it on, and my microphone, every time I load up Discord, won't detect my microphone. So I'm having to use my phone.
Your phone. So you got Nintendo's program early then, right? Is that what you're saying? Got Nintendo's smartphone app? No, I'm joking. You don't have it early, obviously.
Look, OJ, I'm not even speaking to you, mate. Look, you get the ARMS test fire tomorrow. I have to wait till Saturday.
Do we get that tomorrow? Is it already tomorrow? No way. I thought it was 26.
We got 2 more days.
We got 2 more days. I was about to say.
It's Thursday in
we'll
UK
get it
right now.
Friday. We'll get it Saturday. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot how in front of us you guys are.
I am really excited for that, for ARMS.
I am super excited for the
I'm
test.
so pleased for you. I couldn't be more happier.
I can't wait to play it, and the UK doesn't get it yet. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's a low blow, Burrito.
Just kidding.
OJ, can we
Seriously, you're going to kick a man while he's down. Yeah. Unbelievable. I did
though.
just do, I couldn't wait. Now, in the UK, Disgaea 5 is supposed to come out today, Thursday.
I thought it already came out. Didn't it come out like the 19th for you guys?
Yeah.
No, today. The 24th, 25th. I looked at my Amazon order. They're sending it out today to arrive tomorrow. I thought, no, I'm not having that. So I cancelled my Amazon order, went on the American eShop, and I've just downloaded it. So.
There you go.
Nice.
I've been playing that this week. It's pretty good.
Yo, Ruben.
I'm worried because I've seen OJ play it, and I've seen Flip play it, and
Flip?
they both go in Flip.
Yeah.
And they both go into about there's so much stuff you can do in it, like with weapons you can become the weapon or something you could. I'm just worried that I'm just not going to experience it all because being the age I am, I'm not going to say.
To be honest,
my mind isn't as active as it used to be.
to be honest,
so
it's overwhelming.
Thanks for the encouragement, OJ. That's brilliant. Fills me with confidence.
It's
I'm going to get the best out of it.
It's a good and bad thing, right? I mean, if you're busy, it's like, man, there's no way I'm going to have enough time to experience all this content. But if you want to get sucked into a game and be able to play a game for a very long time that works well, that runs smooth, everything's good, then it's fantastic. But it's just, I mean, like, the first thing you do is like, oh, you have like DLC or there's like extra content for you because they put in all the DLC from the previous game. So then you go there and there's this fat list of stuff for you to. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And with that, you get like 4 or 5 characters from it.
Yeah.
Your party's like pretty much OP from the beginning. For a while.
Your party is OP from the beginning. Like, you get the girl from the 100 Witches or whatever Nights, the girl with the. She's like a witch. She had her own game. You get her, and she's like ridiculously overpowered. You don't have to use her if you don't want to, but she's OP.
And then I'm not sure you noticed, but they have like little side minions, and one of the minions has like 10,000 HP when everyone else.
Yeah,
has 100.
the Prinnies. One of the Prinnies' names, I forgot what his name is, but one of the Prinnies, they all have these weird names. Like, one of them is called like Bankai Prinny. So it's like, like they make all sorts of names for these Prinnies. And yeah, one of them has like 10,000 HP. Like, there's like Hand Grenade Lou. There's all sorts of Prinnies like that are there. and it's just it's funny. And at the same time, it's like oh my gosh, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to beat all this. I mean, they give you the main characters from like Disgaea 2 and stuff, and they're pretty good as well. So yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot, and like as me, I have to. I can't stick on one game forever, when it comes to covering games and all that. Like, developers send me all these review codes and they're like expecting me to play all this stuff, and I'm like, oh god, there's just so much stuff to play,
Wait, hand grenades? Are we talking about a JRPG here, or are we talking about freaking Call of Duty?
So in Disgaea 5, you can throw characters, but if you throw a Tourney, they explode.
Yeah.
I've never. This is uncharted territory.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, if you throw a Prinny, it'll explode. I mean, you can use it to your advantage, too. Prinnies are basically humans sent to the demon world, or hell, or whatever you want to say, that really sinned really bad, and they get turned into Prinnies. And they're sent to...
and like sewn up penguin dolls, pretty much.
Yeah. And they're sentenced to like eternal service to the demons because of their bad deeds.
I don't know if I'm terrified or interested.
No, you're interested.
You're interested. they're like, you use them as cannon fodder. A lot of them can be used as cannon fodder, or just taking hits, or just doing stuff. So.
I'm just going to take a stab in the dark here. I'm guessing there's a lot of content to this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
A ton of content.
I'm not sure how many total like levels there are. So they're like little worlds that have like 5 levels to them.
Some of them have more.
You can get like 8 more.
Yeah, there's
the original.
Like, I was going through it, and I was just like, and like, they're not like quick battles either. Like, I mean, it depends, right? I guess since you have like more OP characters, then the battles get quicker. But it's not like the scenarios are like super short. Like Fire Emblem Echoes, like when you're going through like a dungeon, and like you just have like these little 3-4 person skirmishes. Like, some of them are good, long battles, kind of a bigger map. So it's just like, man, there's a lot of stuff to do in this game. It's like, but like I said, it's well worth the money. I mean, I know it's a full price game, but you definitely get all that DLC in there. Like, if you're looking for a game, like a good RPG just to play, man, Disgaea 5 should be like right up there. Like a good strategy RPG to play, like to get you to, like ARMS. That's because you won't even be able to finish all. I mean, if you could finish all that content by the time ARMS comes out, like, good. I mean, that's good if you can. I mean, you got a lot of time to play games.
Not a chance. I'll be playing that game for the net. I'll be playing it for. I'll admit, I'm 47. Even though I like to tell myself I'm still 21, and my hand-to-eye coordination and my thought process is still a 21-year-old, it's clearly not. Let's face it. I'm going to be playing that game when Nintendo's next system comes out. But that's value for money, in my opinion. That is fantastic value for money.
It's great value. It's great. I think Disgaea 5 is going to be one of those games, like, especially like when it gets a little bit cheaper. People are really. It's going to be a little bit of a long-term lasting game. Like when people see it for like $29.99. I mean, it has good pre-orders and stuff. Like the company's happy with what's going on with the sales so far. But especially when it gets a little bit more discounted, people are really going to like it because of how much content, like the value.
I was one of those pre-orders. I was one of them, but I cancelled it. But I've still got Street Fighter 2 coming on Friday from Amazon.
Nice.
But I couldn't understand it. Amazon are usually really good. New games, they get to you on day of release. But this one, we're sending it out today to arrive tomorrow. And I'm like, no, I'm not having that. No.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel that order. I'm downloading it now off the American eShop.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I think NIS actually liked that you did that.
I'm sorry, but the strangest I've ever gotten to a game like Disgaea 5 is Paper Mario.
Yeah, those are very different games.
Yeah. Well, like, believe it or not, I've actually never played a JRPG.
Are you kidding me?
Honestly,
I'm not kidding.
You've never played a JRPG?
This is probably my first JRPG, and the only reason why I bought it is because I played the demo over the weekend. I thought,
oh wow, like that would have been like.
You've never played a JRPG?
Not even Earthbound. Yeah.
I was kind of like turned off by the tile based, and I wasn't sure about it. I'm more of a like a Zelda or first person shooter. Like you control all your moves and everything.
So am I.
Being able to like having to wait to take turns to wait for your attack kind of like turned me off on it. But
oh man, I just think it's one that the Japanese just do the best.
Yeah. Well, when I tried Fire Emblem Heroes on like the mobile gaming app, I was like, probably one of the few times I've tried like the turn like tile base, movement base, whatever. And I was turned off by that, but I wasn't sure it was because of the combat system or because it was a mobile gaming, and I just can't stand mobile gaming.
Me neither.
So.
It's probably because you don't. There's people that don't like turn-based. Like turn-based isn't for everyone. You know what I'm saying? There's people that don't like to sit there and wait.
Absolutely.
You know, for a attack or have to strategize. They just want to be able just to pick the person and go. So I would say that, you know, don't be completely scared of like all Japanese RPGs, because all Japanese RPGs aren't like that. Maybe stay away from Persona, stay away from games like that. But stuff like, you know, Kingdom Hearts, you know, stuff like any action RPG, Star Ocean, those games might be up your alley, you know. So
yeah,
that's what I would say.
Wait, what are your opinions on ukulele?
It's okay. It's good. It's definitely good. They've updated it even more, and it's definitely it's a good game. It's the Switch version should be good once it comes out. You know, I think people are really gonna. I think it's gonna do really well on the Switch because you can play it portably and also home console. So hopefully they get that out soon.
That's one game I've never played, and I may be wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but to me it just looks too kiddish. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I beat it 100% in like 2 or 3 days because I love games like those, and I could tell you right now that even though the reviews say otherwise, like a lot of them say like, oh, like the camera, there are a lot of camera issues and stuff. I could get it, like it only happened to some people, but with me, like I hardly got any camera issues except for a few parts. But like the whole game itself, it's really fun.
Well, from what I understand, the reviews were mixed, and you know, usually when you have a game that's like mixed reviews, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. And I'm talking about mixed as in like it ranged from AAA, you know, like, and I'm still one of the old school guys that considers AAA based on how good the game is, not your development budget. You know, that was the old school way of thinking of what AAA is.
Yeah.
People don't think that way anymore, but that's how it was back in the day. But anyway, it ranged from, you know, people giving it AAA scores to it getting really bad scores. So when you look at that game, or when you look at when stuff like that happens, you just have to really look at what you like. You know what I'm saying? Don't rely on views. I would say even ignore reviews. Like when you see these big old mixed review scores, it's just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like take it as like, do you think that you would like the game? And that's why there's been such like, you know, such a, you know, people saying that, oh, it's really good, I 100% it, it's great, compared to people saying, oh, well, no, this sucks, because you know, some people don't like the collectathon, some people don't like the old school N64 style of gameplay, whereas a lot of people do, you know, so that one, it's hard to rate, you know what I'm saying, like, that's why I stopped giving review scores, you know, that's why I just said, I showed the game, I said, what do you guys think? A lot of you guys said, think it looks good, I said, good, go buy it if you think it looks good. You know?
Yeah, I'm actually working, like, I'm trying to write a script, for like, it's not a review, it's more of like my own opinion, which is like, I don't believe in review scores either, because there are a lot of aspects of a game that just a simple something out of 10 does not do a game justice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm writing a review, because I just started a channel.
You did?
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats. Yeah, let me know on Twitter. Link it to me on Twitter, and I'll definitely give you a shout out in a video coming up. Get some people to your video or to your channel.
Let me know. I'll definitely subscribe.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
No problem, man. That's what we're here for.
I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'll subscribe.
Anything to help out a like-minded person, you know, why not? You know, crikey.
To me, I just want to make sure that people, like, I think YouTube is like the ultimate, you know, a way for us to kind of get our voices out there, to not be clouded by like BS that comes out from like bigger websites and all. Because I remember,
obviously I learned to subscribe from OJ, but yeah, I subscribe to you, mate. No worries.
I've actually never done something like this, and it's a lot of work. It's taken a while to complete.
Writing scripts,
but-
doing videos, and all that takes a long. Yeah, it takes a long time, man. It takes a long time, and you know my videos. And this is the reason why I don't get burnt out and I can make, because my videos do not take that much like days to edit and all that. My videos take a good 2 to 2.5 to 3 hours to do, which is still a good chunk of time. But it's I don't get burnt out doing it because I can say, okay, well, it'll take me 3 hours to do this video. Between research, between test runs, between editing and all that, takes me, and uploading takes me 3 hours. So I don't get burnt out. So I can work for 8 hours in the day doing videos, release 2 to 3 videos, and you guys can enjoy the content, get subscribers, and then move on to the next thing, keep everyone up to date. But I used to make videos where it was scripts and long term and all, and I got burnt out. Like I got burnt out on it because it just took so long. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna quit if I don't change what I'm doing. So yeah,
it's a real good thing you switched.
Yeah,
get
definitely.
it switched.
I get it.
You know what I love about your videos now, OJ, and it's only a small thing, but I noticed you added it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. When you start your news segment, say you've got 4 or 5 different stories to report on, you do the first one, and there's this like white square that comes out of the screen, and
Yeah, I
that
like
immediately
that too.
tells me you're going into the next story.
Yeah.
And it's just a little thing that you added, but
Yeah.
I just think it adds to the channel. It I don't know, it just polishes it a bit more. It just I don't know how long it took you to add. I don't know how hard it was, but it just finishes it off, kind of thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. When I started doing my videos in a new format, that was one of the things that I said it was a little change. I didn't mention it, but I said, oh yeah, I have some little changes that I'm doing to the channel too. That was one of the little things. So I'm happy you guys like it. Really, I'm really happy you guys like it. And does it take a long time to do or anything? It takes me longer overall because I always preface the little white square thingies with like a little logo of what I'm talking about, and also the video in the top corner. So there's some things that you have to do. You have to split the video. You have to change the size. So overall, my videos started taking longer when I started doing that by probably adds about another maybe 15-20 minutes to editing, maybe shorter. But it's definitely worth it because I hear that you guys like it, so that's good.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
I've actually been a fan of your content since even before the NX/Switch was even a thing. So
Old school fan, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think with all this that we're doing now, I think me getting to talk to you guys, because it's always weird because there's always a disconnect. I was a communication major, and between online interactions and people talking in text, even Twitter, and then talking to them in something like this, it's so different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, very different.
you get to know people a lot better. It's just so different. So I'm glad I'm able to talk to you guys, and you guys can give me feedback here, and stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate it. But as far as the content goes, go ahead. What's up?
Sorry, all I was going to say was, the app that Nintendo is launching.
Yeah.
Do you think this kind of chat, as we're having now, is going to be available and to this quality?
You know what? I think it should be this quality. In my opinion, I think it should be. The reason why I say I think it should be this quality is because it depends, right? I guess, how is Discord quality on your phone? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the quality is going to be better since they're going to be using a separate thing for it. Okay, he has 3 red shells. There's no way I can get past him.
But I don't know, I think it should be the Discord quality, but I just don't think that. I think it'll be good, but not as good as Discord.
They've got DNA helping them, who are the largest Japanese mobile infrastructure company or something. So they've certainly got the experience and maybe expertise, and I'm hoping it's going to be like this, because this would be perfect for the talking. It's the invitations I'm a bit worried about. You never know.
Yeah,
I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, and the thing about it is it's Nintendo, right? So you always have to, when it comes to online, it's a big undertaking. Like, a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into like Xbox Live. Xbox Live, how it is now, is the combination of work from like pre-2001. This is stuff that's been in the works for going on decades now. Xbox Live didn't pop up overnight. Xbox Live actually took a year before it was launched on the original Xbox. You know, that's how much of an undertaking it took them, a year to even get. And they were selling the Xbox on the whole premise of online gaming, graphics, first-person shooters, you know, whatever. But online, this is going to be an online box. And they're like, okay, well, you got to wait a year. You know what I'm saying? Because they were retooling, they were making sure everything's going. And then even moving into the Xbox 360, you know, I can't say who it is, but I'll have a friend that worked for Microsoft in that time period as an intern. And he said it was a madhouse in there. It was a complete madhouse trying to get things ready for the Xbox 360 launch, and things slipped through the cracks. And unfortunately, the Red Ring of Death was a culmination of them focusing too much on online and not necessarily paying as much attention to what they should in terms of other things. They were focused on, Japanese gaming, trying to get more Japanese people into the Xbox 360. They were focused on so many things, and I think that caused a lapse of judgment when it came to the console itself. If it works. So
wait, so are you saying, like, for Nintendo, or like, well, yeah, for Nintendo, should we keep our expectations low for their online service? Like,
because you're paying for it. So no, you shouldn't keep your expectations low. You should demand a good product if you're paying for this product.
Yeah, once we're paying for it, yeah, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all agree Nintendo are a bit late coming to the online infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
But I will give them credit. I think over the past maybe year, they've done a lot. They have done a lot to try and catch up and get stuff in place. And hopefully at E3 and just after E3, when we get this app, we'll find out everything about their online service. And if they are expecting us to pay, surely, friend invites, like OJ was saying in his last video, if you're playing with someone on an opposite team or someone you don't know is on your team, you should just be able to click on their name and send them a friend's request. And it comes up on their screen and they accept or they decline it. That's what every gamer expects these days, and fingers crossed, I have faith in Nintendo. I know it's horrible. I have faith in Nintendo.
I have faith because they're charging for it. A lot of the stuff that people are looking for, Sony realized that it was a pretty bad idea to give. People want stuff as good as Xbox Live. That was the knock on Sony. Even on Sony, last generation was, PSN sucks. It was free. You know what I'm saying? And people said, it sucks, it's horrible, it's not as good as Xbox Live. Well, you pay for Xbox Live, And Sony realized that trying to give what Xbox Live has for free is not a good business move. It's just not. You don't have a monopoly on the market like Steam. People always like to mention PC and Steam. Steam has a monopoly on PC games. Freaking Gabe Newell is worth $4 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steam is completely different. Don't compare Steam to these console developers that don't have monopolies on the market. The PC is also much easier, the structure, how things work. It's just very different. So if Nintendo wants to be competitive in this, and people gave me super crap for this because I actually stated that Nintendo should charge for online well before this whole, like, the NX launched, well before the Switch launched. This was during the NX days. I was like, hey man, if Nintendo, you guys want better online, because I want better online, we're going to have to pay something for it. There's no way that they're going to make online as good as Xbox 360 or Xbox Live, and you can't pay nothing for it, and that's what people were asking for. Like, I saw a lot of Nintendo fans on YouTube saying, it should be as good as Xbox Live and it should be free, and I'm like, you should get slapped, because that's not that's not gonna happen.
How can they say that when Sony charges for it, Microsoft charges for it for a reason, but Nintendo, because they're Nintendo, they shouldn't charge you for it for the same service? What is your logic behind that?
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's dumb.
I'm a little late, but I'm finally here.
Hey, what's up, John?
He's late again. This is becoming a regular thing, and I think there should be a meeting.
A meeting between the Patreons.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion about Nintendo's new online service, I really don't care if they charge for it or not. I want them to do it right this time. I remember there being a lot of serious problems that I had connecting to the internet on my Wii U from day one. And that was one of my biggest disappointments with the system. If they're going to do an online feature, do it right this time on Switch.
You know, and the thing about me is, like, people got mad because I guess they're like, oh, well, why are you saying that on a phone is done? Dude, look, I'll say something right now. I rather, personally for me, if it lays out the way that they're going to lay it out, I rather have my phone than have my system. I've played on Xbox Live. It's clunky. It's clunky. Like, trying to invite people and doing everything while you're playing a game, and you have to bring up the menu and do all that. Even typing a message on Xbox Live with the controller takes forever. You're not going to type any messages on there. Like, it takes a long time.
Tell me about it.
So for me, I'd rather have the option. You know what I'm saying? I think it should be an option to where it's on both. But if you ask me what's better, I would say having it on a phone. I say having it on a smartphone app is better. But that's just me. Because I just think it'd be faster to type messages. I think it'd be faster to just look and see to get notifications. You can get notifications when you're not by your console. So if someone wants to set up a gaming session, you don't have to be by your console to know that gaming session is going on. You know what I'm saying? So
most people carry their phones with them all the time.
Exactly. So I think it's...
Which I just recently got an iPhone, and I think of it as a pretty cool tool to use, especially if you want to purchase train tickets. And since I'm going to be commuting from my house in Highland Park to the Woodbridge Community Players, where they're putting on West Side Story, I find it a very good use of an option.
And yeah, and like you can have everything right there. So a lot of people are negative on it, and I don't know why.
They're saying negative things just because they can.
Well, because it's not Xbox, and it's not Xbox and Microsoft. Microsoft and Xbox, they do it. You plug into your controller, you have it right then and there. But for me, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't even like this cord dangling right now. I'd rather have it Bluetooth. And if I can do Bluetooth and talk to you guys and have it, have my Bluetooth headset and just do it that way and not have cords all over the place, I'd rather do it that way.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Not everyone's going to want to do that. There's some people that want to have old school headset and all that, and that's why they're mad and upset. And I can understand that, and I can realize why they're upset with that. But I do feel that we need to wait until the actual service is here, because Nintendo never said that it won't be directly on there, that you won't have those options. They just said that they're going to have a smartphone app because they're going to want to promote the smartphone app, obviously. We should wait and see.
Are we going to learn more about that at this year's E3 or in a new Direct?
I'm pretty sure we'll learn more about E3.
I don't think. To me, I'm not sure if I will. I'm not sure. I think it'll be something that we learn more about. I think it's going to be because Splatoon launches, and that's when the app launches. When Splatoon launches,
that doesn't come until July.
Yeah, so that's after E3. So I'm thinking that they might do it after E3. That's just my opinion.
We've got ARMS for June, and that comes like. What, at the tail end of E3 or at the beginning of E3?
It's
Friday.
right after E3.
Honestly, I think they'll mention the online service at E3 like a little bit, like in its own like little like panel or whatever, but only say a little bit about it. And then
one of the guys in the chat says that I just want it on the system. I don't want to have to use my phone to do something I can already do with the phone itself. No, the problem is that no, you can't. Because you're looking at it as something that's just directly talking to someone. That's not what it's going to be. It's going to be integrated with your console. You're looking at it too basically, and that's the problem that people have. They don't look at it past. It's not just going to be, oh, there's voice chat on the phone. It's just like Discord or something like that. It's going to be integrated with your console. It's going to have your friends list and everything on there. It's going to have a bunch of stuff on there that you wouldn't be able to do on your phone normally. So that's one of the things that people don't understand, is that it's just not going to be like Nintendo Chat app and then it's just there and then you just press the app and then you somehow connect to people, I don't know, through like a friend code. That's not what it's going to be. It's going to be a full enticing service on there with there. So it's going to be like you accessing everything on there. It's not just going to be just an app where you talk on people, you talk to people. So that's what people don't understand, because they're more angry about just the basicness of it than looking at it in the total picture. So you can already do that on your phone. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have access to your friends list on there. You don't have access to messages
naysayers, it will never end, no matter what.
No, it's a legitimate concern. It's a legitimate concern. But the people who say that, they're talking before they even know what. I have a low battery. They're talking before they even know what it entails, and that's the reason why I'm telling people like, well, wait till it comes out before you start saying, oh no, I don't want this unless you haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the internet.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, and then when people say stuff like, oh, well, I can already do something on your phone, I'm like, already, no, you can't. Then get everyone together on your phone and host a voice chat session with people on your phone right now on the Nintendo Switch. You can't.
Now,
Yeah, the best thing.
You
Yeah, the
think
best
you
thing
need
that I
to-
can. The best thing that I can say to a lot of people who are still being very, very doubtful about a lot of things regarding the Switch is to just sit tight and just wait and just watch and see what happens. Let's not make any assumptions about one thing or the other thing coming to pass. Let's just watch and see. So far, things are looking pretty good, but let's not make assumptions that they're going to do everything right, but not do everything wrong. Just watch and see. Stay neutral.
Yeah, it's only been 2 months since like the Switch has been out, 2 to 3 months already. So,
Now,
like,
playing devil's advocate,
Which
this
is good.
app is going to be such an integral part of the Switch system. Yeah, it's launching when Splatoon launches.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is just my personal opinion, so don't take it as this is what everyone. This is my personal opinion. I'm sure they've done massive bug testing, but it's not until you release it to the masses that any real bug. Personally, I think they should launch it maybe a week early so people can get used to it, and if any bugs show up, they can quickly iron them out or try and iron them out. Because what you don't want is launch it the same day as Splatoon 2 and it doesn't work properly.
Well, the thing about it is, and that's the thing, we don't know if it's going to launch. We don't know if it's going to, and that's a good point. We don't know if it's going to launch exactly with Splatoon. They just said the Splatoon's going to be the first game that really takes advantage of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So one thing I would say is that's actually a good point, but that's the reason why this whole service isn't paid till the fall, because so they can work out all this crap. Because there's going to be issues, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's not paid till fall. So.
Either way, E3 can't come soon enough, and there's only how many more days left until E3 again? I
Like
forget.
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks, man. It's coming up. It's coming up quick.
Wow, is it really that soon? My goodness.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
What was the last E3 that Nintendo just blew everyone away? Was it 2014?
2014.
It was definitely 2014, if I remember
2014.
correctly.
Yep.
And they have had a lot of successful E3s. Like, I remember the E3
Have they?
2004 one being very good.
They've had good E3s, but the thing about it is that a lot of the bad E3s will usually overshadow the good E3s. You know what I'm saying? Because
Like the Wii remote one.
yeah, like the
Yeah, but that's...
Nothing will top though the red ring of death on stage for Xbox.
oh yeah, that was
That is even worse.
or there was one E3 where I'll tell you guys the one E3 that my favorite E3 of Xbox, well, the most like not cringe but just funny. So there was an E3 in 2006 where Reggie Bush, who was an athlete at USC, he played in the NFL for a long time. He was on stage with he's still playing. I don't know what team he's on, but
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, okay. And Reggie Bush was on stage with one of the Xbox dudes, and they were playing Madden, and then all of a sudden, this guy transformed from like a business corporate, white guy to saying, "Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going, man? Yeah, what up?" when Reggie Bush got on stage and like they were playing Madden, I thought it was hilarious.
Can I add in my 2 cents about what E3 is about? I think one of the reasons why a lot of people are still very badly stung by a lot of the misfires that Nintendo did during their E3s is because a lot of them just have really, really high expectations for them to really deliver, and it's very understandable because their track record of creating great games is absolutely unparalleled. And so when they screw up and when they have a bad E3 like, E3 2015 and...
Snap. Sorry.
Well, let's not mention any other ones.
No, I'm just really embracing bad right now.
Disappointment is going to run deep because of high expectations like that. How I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
everyone's supposed to have high expectations. I mean, that's the whole key. It's E3. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I just think these massive E3s that Microsoft and Sony has, where they have these Japanese developers come on stage or they're showing off a new game, something goes wrong and there's like 20 minutes where they've got to repair it, and the crowd, you know, when they unveil a game, the crowd goes ooh and ah, and it's all like this. I think Nintendo are kind of streamlined, and they're doing it right because they can absolutely direct how that goes, and
just as long as they
with their bullet points.
Actually present the content compellingly, and they don't waste it a lot with a lot of filler stuff, you know, like the developer interviews and things like that. It's one thing to have
that last direct they
what
did.
Call of Duty World War II is doing.
That last direct they did. Who would have thought? You know, at the beginning we had a lot of 3DS stuff that we knew nothing about, and then I loved that bullet point system.
Yeah.
Where they went from one game, next game, next game, next game, next game. I thought they told you enough about each game, but they crammed so many games into it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really
when
good.
that part was going to end.
Yeah, well, truth be told, I have high expectations this time around for this year's E3. I'm only hoping that they don't disappoint me very badly and make me regret my interest in getting a Switch.
Why would they do that?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
sorry.
it'll be okay.
What could they do? What could they do at E3 to make you think, oh boy, I wish I'd never got a Switch?
Well, he doesn't have one right now.
Oh right,
I
to
don't
make
have
you
one right now. I
to
will
make
get
you
one this June,
to make you
remember?
think. All right, to make you think, wow, was I lucky not to get a Switch? Because no, this has done it. I'm not getting one. What could they possibly do to make you think that?
Well, if they waste way too much time on showcasing games that basically doesn't appeal to anybody else, if they pull another Wii music stunt, that was absolutely dumb when they did that.
I think Nintendo's learned a few lessons.
Yeah.
The Wii U, I seriously... Do you know what? I actually think it took the Wii U to fail for Nintendo to rethink their whole strategy. I think it took the Wii U to fail. If the Wii U hadn't failed, I don't think Nintendo would be in the position they are now. I think the Wii U had to fail for them to completely rethink their strategy.
Do not even mention if the Wii U didn't fail. Oh my gosh. That would be.
I hate to say it, but I think it was ironic that
Wii Music 3, Wii Fit 3,
successful rebound.
Wii Sports Resort 3.
Sony's PS3 too. It failed at the beginning, if you remember, but Sony was able to save the system. Nintendo, on the other hand,
Sony didn't save anything. What'd you say? The PS? What'd you say? PS3?
PS3, they never made one penny profit on the PS3.
Sony didn't save anything. Here's the thing with PS3. The PS3 was going to be successful. It was just a matter of time. That's all it was. It was going to be successful because developers were going to, doesn't matter how hard it was to develop for, because it was hard to develop for, developers were going to break their backs just to make sure, because it's Sony. Sony is a brand that people buy. It was going to be successful. Heck, even with the PS3 costing $600, if you go back and look at the sales, they were pretty freaking good for a system costing $600 at launch. You know, obviously they weren't anywhere near what Sony was wanting, and the system was being sold at a massive loss. But if you go back and look, if you look at the sales, even for the system costing that much, it did pretty well. I'm not trying to damage control for them. I'm just saying it did pretty well for a $600 system. It was just not enough, obviously.
Sony did become a little bit more humble after that, and they decided that they don't want to have another super expensive system like that again.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was multiple problems with the PS3. Obviously, you know, but like I said, they never really did anything different. The parts, like, as time went on, it got cheaper to produce the PS3. You know, so that's what they did.
I mean, by them actually managing to save the PS3, they did some measures.
They didn't save anything. That's what when people talk about save, they didn't save anything. Sony just charted the same course. They didn't save anything. Their course was, this is going to be a high-end gaming system. It wasn't really like they made a ton of money off the PS3 or anything. They didn't. It sold more. Obviously, it could have been a lot worse, but knowing Sony and just the brand that Sony is very important to the gaming industry. It's very important to third-party developers. Third-party developers were going to make sure this system sold. They were going to make sure there was third-party support on it. Sony was going to do what they're going to do to turn any business around it. They didn't really. When people talk about saving, they saved it. What did they do? Like, what did Sony do? Sony didn't do anything. Developers kept on making games for the system. You know, like
around the time the Blu-ray and HD DVD war was going on, and so before then, my family never owned a PlayStation. We were mostly Nintendo, but my dad bought a PS3 because it played Blu-ray and it was still like $200 cheaper than an actual Blu-ray player.
And that's what Sony was banking on.
I ended up getting a PS3 wasn't necessarily to play Blu-rays. It was because I was so badly disappointed at how Nintendo handled E3 2015. For me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. They did a little better last year, but still, it's a little hard to forget about the sting of something as distasteful as that.
No, wait, but I don't know, because, like, in my opinion, in terms of software, I think Breath of the Wild was, like, a symbol for, like, Nintendo still has it, you know, but back to those old days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, no matter how many times you go back into it, it just remains fresh and amazing all the time. In my opinion, they should have had a game like that to sell Wii U at the beginning, not Super Mario Brothers U, not Nintendo Land.
Well, the thing about it is that it's. I mean, you know, we're playing Monday morning like quarterback, at least in that point, right? Like you look at the Wii, and look, I said the same thing. So I mean, I agree with you, John. But I felt that they should have. You know, even back then, like I wasn't on YouTube as like I was now, but even back then, I looked at Skyward Sword and I was like, we all knew about the Wii U even back with Skyward Sword. I was like, you know what, I hope they have something, you know, really cool for like the Wii U launch. You know,
I agree. I think they should have made Skyward Sword a Wii U launch title and not leave it just a Wii title.
They should have, because Skyward Sword it didn't perform how it should have. If it was a dual launch on Wii and Wii U, it would have been different, you know, for them at the beginning. But at the same time, like, you know, you look at the sales of you know, New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, and that game sold astronomically well. So I can see what they were trying to go for. It just wasn't the right. Yeah, it just wasn't the right time. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I could see what they were coming from, but it just didn't work very well for a number of reasons.
I love the fact they gave me the ability to play. All right, albeit I had to be within about 1.5 feet of the console. I could play on that handheld in my bed. But what got me was not even Nintendo released a game that absolutely showed why you needed that gamepad. Not even Nintendo released a game.
Exactly, and that's another failing of Wii U. I felt that the gamepad was there just because it was there. With Wii, I think the best example was an indie game, and it was called Affordable Space Adventures. I don't know if anyone else played it.
I played it.
That really showed off what the gamepad could do. Mm-hmm. And I thought, you know, an independent developer, Nintendo hasn't even shown me, you know, why I need to have this gamepad. But I did like the off-TV play. And it was a precursor to what they wanted to do with the Switch, but the technology wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is why
Switch has the ability to do that this time, but just do it in a way that's a lot better than Wii U ever did.
Yeah, well, because because it's completely independent from. Well, it is the console, so.
Switch is a console, but it is a handheld and a console at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So.
So everybody's saying that Nintendo is getting out of the console market. Sorry, no, they're doing it again. They're bringing both.
Well, they're just doing it their way. I mean, people who are saying that are just like, I think people who say they're getting out of the console market, they're just kind of salty. You know, it's just kind of salt.
Yeah,
okay.
Those people
a question.
Be happy no matter what.
A question for everyone, but
Yes.
OJ, probably because I mean you're an ambassador now for Nintendo, if I'm correct.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So you've probably got more of an insight. I don't know. Okay, 3DS. What is it approaching? 70 million, something like that now.
Mm-hmm. 70 million.
When does Nintendo eventually cut that lifeline to the 3DS and say we're done with this system now?
From what I understand, and you want to go first, John?
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do it sooner rather than later, because even though the 3DS has been a good bestseller, I think they would want to try to get the Switch a little bit more off the ground and let people know that they are really serious and committed to the Switch. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if 3DS ends its course sooner rather than later, but I could be wrong about that.
Well, let me give you guys some insight from some of the people that I've been talking to about this. And you know, Reggie Fils-Aimé has also said this Who didn't pick the Dragon Place? God. Anyway, I'm sorry. Oh, this is the last race. I wanted to race that Dragon Place, but they're not. Somebody didn't pick it. That sounded really salty. Okay. The reason, some insight to this, based on who I've been talking to, is that 3DS is going to get support. It's really going to get support into next year. And the reason why 3DS is getting support into next year is because the 3DS is extremely profitable for Nintendo. The games are very cheap to develop for, and Nintendo has teams. They have junior developers. They have people that are literally just kind of sitting around that can make these games for them. Or it gives them the opportunity, some of these other younger developers, to produce a game or to like do their first lead in a game, like a director type, like Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. That was not made by like the main Fire Emblem dudes. They're working on the one on the Switch, right? So it gives. No, it wasn't. It was developed by Intelligent Systems, but it was some of the other staffers. It wasn't necessarily all the main people. Those people were they were looking over things.
So
but
it was like a B tier team. You said?
No, I wouldn't say B tier. I would just say that it was just not 100% all of the the A tier guys working on it, looking over it. But some of the newer guys, it was a new producer on there, so it gives them an opportunity to lead a small team and lead a game, and that's how Nintendo's been doing to try to replace the Miyamotos and replace the Eiji Anumas. I mean, look at Zelda, right? That was a complete different team, or not different team, but a lot of the new guys were put into roles that they didn't have beforehand. Same goes for like Triforce Heroes and some of the smaller games that have came out on the 3DS. That's what they're doing there. So they're going to do. I mean, Nintendo says into 2018. But I feel that if this 2DS really takes off and the sales continue to be as good as they are, Nintendo's going to continue supporting that thing even past 2018 because it doesn't have a huge effect on Nintendo's Switch output. They can still have small teams that make this and still have the number of their bigger teams still working on the Nintendo Switch. So, yeah, I don't see them getting rid of, 2018 would be like, what I would say is like, like the standard response. But if the 2DS is really like successful and people still buy it, into 2018, I don't think Nintendo's going to stop supporting it. They're just going to.
I'm going to buy one.
Interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. So.
I'm buying one of those new 2DS XLs because I just think it looks so sexy.
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. So.
For me,
Is Nintendo worried? Is Nintendo worried if they cut the lifeline? How many of those 3DS owners that don't own anything else, they just own a 3DS, will do what they've done over the past 10, 15 years? They've upgraded to the next Nintendo Portable, which in this case is the Switch, but it's also a home console. How many of those 70-odd million will, think, well, I'll just upgrade to the Switch? Or how many will just think,
I don't know how to answer that question.
I do. Some will, some won't. The biggest thing with Nintendo. I think they're worried about that, but at the same time, all they're worried about is just providing the content that 3DS owners would want in order to get them to buy the next thing. But
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, if they provide the content that 3DS owners got on their 3DS, but it's now on the Switch, well, they're going to want to still keep playing those games, surely. So they'll go and buy a Switch.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But you know what? I think that's a good topic for a video and for another discussion that we're going to have on Friday when we get back, just because I do have to end this live stream. I got to go pick up my daughter. I want to thank each and every single one of you guys. The live stream the tournament runs till 5:30, so 7:30 Eastern, and I don't know, wherever parts of the world. It'll run for about another 15-20 minutes here, guys. So you guys can continue playing.
Well, it's 1:10 where I am in the morning.
So 1:30 a.m. for you. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. We're gonna have another tournament, and this week is upcoming. There's gonna be some serious tournaments upcoming, guys. So Friday we're going to have a good tune-up. That might be Patreon dudes only because we're going to have the big Mario Kart $10 eShop tournament. That's going to be on the 31st, okay? So Friday, no, not Patreons only. So Monday will be Patreon only, and that will be sign-ups. So I want to get a head count of how many people are going to be there. We want to get at least 12 racers that are going to be serious about playing on Wednesday. So
what about Friday? What about this Friday?
Friday will be normal Mario Kart or Smash Brothers, one of those two.
Oh, okay, good. Because I want to know what's happening so that I don't miss out on it.
Yeah, just make sure you just check out Patreon and follow me on Twitter.
Have you,
guys
know
will
your
always
new
know.
phone? Have you if you install the Patreon app, every time OJ puts up a Patreon post, bang, it comes up on your phone straight away.
I have
Hold
that
up.
app.
Great advice. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, Natasha Connor says Metroid and or F-Zero would make me marry someone. Well. Well, what if I told you, Natasha, that I know Metroid's
It'd be cool to get a VR.
Oh wow!
We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
That's my childhood
VR
dream right
Metroid.
there. VR Metroid.
Sorry, I'm making laser noises and putting my headset across my eyes like a visor. Sorry. Anyway, guys, I got to split. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Check out the links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter. That's the best way to reach me is Facebook or Twitter. If you want to talk to me, if you want to say what's up, how's your day, or ask me a question, go on Twitter, follow me there. Links in the description. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Also, like us on Facebook if Facebook that's what you do. But I need to be better at responding. But yeah, give us a like on Facebook. Check out our Patreon page if you want to get in on the live stream and discussions, and I can answer your questions live. And you want me to do that? Check out the Patreon. $1 is the lowest tier. You'll be entered in to win this bad boy, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild Guardian Amiibo, which we'll be raffling off on not this Friday, but the next Friday. We'll be raffling this off live on stream before we get into our Mario Kart 8. Plus, we'll have a longer stream as well. So yeah, if you want to get in on that, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Yeah, so thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Natasha, she's funny. Natasha's so sweet. She's such a nice girl. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. And we will see you guys for the next live stream. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, live stream people. I'm waving to the camera.